How's it going, everyone? My name is DrapPep. Welcome back to another installment of this series. When I was a sophomore in high school, my mother told me that I should think about trimming my eyebrows because I've got pretty thick eyebrows. I really do. And this would have been right around towards the end of sophomore year, about to go into summer vacation. And I was confused. I was like, what do you mean shave my eyebrows? She said, well, you just have to use a razor. It's really easy. I'll show you when I get back from the store. I was like, okay, I think I can do this on my own. Um, Spoilers, I could not do that on my own. And next time, if you want to give someone with autism directions about something, you should probably be more clear about your instructions. Um, because my dumbass legitimately thought, don't ask me why I thought this, but I really thought you took a razor directly onto the eyebrow. You don't not the whole comb and then shave them on top of the comb. No, no. Take the shaver and the razor and put it right onto the eyebrow. Now, the first time I did it on the left side, I was like, oh, you know what? That actually looks pretty good. I think I'll do the right side. And for some reason, something turned off in my brain and I just shaved off the eyebrow completely. Now, I was faced with a problem here. I had one eyebrow and one missing eyebrow. So I decided to shave the other one off also. I wanted to keep it even. I figured I was already here. I might as well go all in. Now, there I was, standing in the bathroom, looking at my reflection with no eyebrows, thinking to myself, I wonder if anyone's going to make fun of me for this. Another spoiler, they did. So I decided to go to my dad because I thought my dad would have answers for me. If you're ever faced with a problem, never take it to your dad because they will laugh at you, like mine did. I walked to my dad and I said, hey, I think I have a problem. And he just busted up laughing. And then I started laughing because I was like, you know what? I'm here. I might as well enjoy it while I'm here. Let's both laugh at this. My mom was not laughing when she got back. She saw the missing eyebrows and started to cry, started to panic, which made me start to panic because then I understood the full gravity of what I've just done. My dad, who's now watching my mom freak out, that then caused me to freak out, started to proceed to cry himself from fits of laughter, just from painful, gut wrenching laughter that he was receiving from this free show that he got to have. Luckily, this was like the last week of school. So there wasn't, we've already done all of our final testings. We've already done everything. This is like the last week before, the big hurrah. So I didn't really have to go back to school, luckily. But I did go to the party. I don't know what possessed me to still go, but I was like, I'm not going to miss this party for anything. I'm going to go with no eyebrows. I'll just put on sunglasses. No one's going to question why I'm wearing sunglasses at night inside. So when I got there, I put the sunglasses on. Instantly, people ripped them off my face. No one asked, oh, why do you have sunglasses on? No, the first thing they did was they ran up and they snatched them from me. Like, what's this? And I was just like, well, I'm here now. I guess now people will see I have no eyebrows. I've never been roasted that hard in my life, ever. I think that is what set me up to be kind of nonchalant about negative comments because there's nothing you can do to me in the comments that my friends haven't said to me point blank in my face. So the party finished. It actually, they got their laugh and they all moved on and we just started playing video games. It was no big deal. Eventually we all moved on. My friend's sister straightened my hair. That was weird. I don't know why that was, something she wanted to do, but she wanted to straighten my hair. So I was like, all right, let's do it. And then I think we dyed it afterwards. But, it was a weird party. It was very weird. I think I brought the weird, to be honest. I think I brought that with me. But then afterwards, I went to Palm Springs because they were doing this big festival. And this was like before I was goth, by the way. I would like to think that this was like the precursor of what made me goth. Because when I went to Palm Springs, there was a lot of goths there, and none of them had eyebrows. None of them. And I felt, yeah, connected. I was like, oh, heck yeah. This is the... No one's going to make fun of me here, clearly. So I was there for a short period. And then I went to Ozfest, like almost immediately after that, which was even cooler because there was even more people who like really liked my style. Because I was wearing a band shirt that I got from one of the stands, no eyebrows, dark hair. I was wearing boots. Everyone was like, "Oh, you're so cool," and I was like, "Am I? I don't feel cool." That's when I was really, truly kind of connecting with a new lifestyle that I was adopting. And this was also like my first time listening to anything more heavier than Metallica. Like there was a lot of death metal there, and it took me a little bit of time to like adjust to the sound, but I surprisingly took to it very well. I actually liked it. And shortly after that, my obviously my eyebrows grew back, but so did lice. I then got head lice from the concert. I guess there was like from everyone mosh pitting. There's I guess lice was spread around. So then I had lice there for a bit, and that lasted for me like 2.5 weeks, which was wild. And that cleared up. And then right afterwards, I went to Mexico with some friends. At that time, my eyebrows had finally grown back. It took me a while to grow those suckers back, but I finally got and I was able to go to Mexico. So literally, what started off one of the coolest summers I've ever had started off with me shaving my eyebrows off, going to a party, getting roasted, chilling with a bunch of people who later on became some of my best friends in high school. They definitely remembered me. I was not going to be someone to forget easily. And then going to Palm Springs, discovering this new genre of goth that I could be, and then going to Ozfest, and then going to Mexico, and just having one of the greatest summers that I would never forget my entire life. And all it took was just having a good attitude about it. I mean, sure, I probably could have shaved off my eyebrows and made a big deal about it, but I was willing to laugh at myself also. It was one of those kinds of lessons where I learned bad situations can easily become good situations with a different perspective. It's that whole seeing the glass half full instead of half empty, which I could have easily have done. I could have easily let that ruin my entire summer, but I chose not to. To be honest, I probably should have gone to school just to really further the experience, just to really put that on me. But I just remember when I showed up to that party without eyebrows, I was dreading the idea that someone was going to find out. And then, of course, once they did find out, yeah, of course they were going to make fun of me. That was so stupid of me to do that. But then they moved on. And I wasn't ready for them to move on like that. I was expecting them to, spend the entire party making fun of me. Now, of course, they were teasing me afterwards. I mean, obviously you're going to have to tease the guy that shaved his eyebrows off while he doesn't have them. Get those jabs in there while you can, because once his eyebrows come back, those jokes aren't going to be as funny anymore. How can you make fun of someone without eyebrows when they have eyebrows? Which I didn't really make a big deal about that. I just kind of rolled with it. Some of them I laughed at, some of them I didn't laugh at. Once they realized I was wearing the sunglasses to like increase my confidence, they kind of let me put my sunglasses back on again. The funniest part about this is that my mom truly was like, okay, we could fix this. We'll put makeup on you. And I'm like, what do you mean you're going to put makeup on me? We're going to draw the eyebrows back on again. They did not look real. I think putting makeup on my eyebrows to try to bring back something that resembled eyebrows made it even more funnier because it really didn't look like I had any eyebrows on. It looked even more so. So I just kind of went with it. I didn't even bother to like put fake eyebrows on or nothing. I just did not have them. I regretted doing it, of course. Every so often, I think back on doing that and I just kind of cringe at the fact that I actually did it. But I still think it led to some of the best stories of my life, but was shaving my eyebrows off. That's going to be it for this episode. I want to thank everyone for tuning in.